sitting here with Azael from Team EG, Team Delayed, also known as Team Delayed. You guys have a delay because you're missing a player. What's the story?
Tenderloin, who was flying on his way here last night, he was supposed to come in around midnight, and the windshield on his plane actually cracked. So they had to have an emergency landing in Salt Lake City. So he ended up getting a hotel from the airline, and he's been there since.
All right. He is expected to join the team a little bit later, correct?
Yeah. He should be getting in around now pretty soon. I think he's supposed to land around 1 o'clock, and then hopefully make his way over here and get set up and everything. So hopefully we'll be playing by around 3 or so.
Is that going to phase you at all? His problems?
I don't know, not really. I mean, would have been nice to have some time to talk about things and everything like that. But we know what we want to do, so it's not really a problem.
Who do you consider, like, having seen a couple of matches, not too many matches yet, who do you see as your major opponents in this tournament?
Well, I think our match against Fnatic is going to be really tough. Like the Destruction Warlock nerfs definitely make it a lot harder for us, and the Will of Forsaken change kind of helps them quite a bit. So I think that in our group, I'm not going to look too far ahead. I'm just going to talk about our group. That's going to be the toughest match for us.
Okay. We've talked in a textual interview, which not everybody might have read, about your composition. Now the patch came out, everything is slightly changed probably.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about why you think your composition is the best. You have 2 casters and a healer, as far as I remember.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody uses some kind of a melee character. By the way, I don't know anything about World of Warcraft, so if I'm saying stupid stuff, then please forgive me.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's something that no one's really done at tournaments before, and I mean, it's a very, very strong comp on live with very different gear, just because of the way that classes scale. But in tournaments, it's not quite as strong because there's a lot less spell power and stuff, so the burst damage is a lot lower. The reason that we think that this particular comp is really good is because every character has the ability to interrupt casts, and every character has the ability to crowd control. So it really can just give us a lot of control over the match when all of our players, no matter who they're focusing, are able to control and interrupt. And when you're able to coordinate that at the highest level, you can just chain so many interrupts and so many crowd controls in a row that you can really just take over a game.
Are there any particular compositions that you are afraid of?
Well,
or are you foolproof?
I wouldn't say we're foolproof. I think that you have to be worried about everyone here. I mean, there's so many great teams, and it's definitely, there's no easy games for us here. So we just have to go in, do our best and kind of stick to the game plan kind of thing, and hope that we come out on top.
What's going to happen if you don't qualify for CBIT, for the World Championship? Are you going to lose faith in this composition?
I don't know. I don't think that I'll lose faith. I think that we know that there's a lot of room for improvement, and we know that we're a new team together. So we know that there's a lot of things that we can get better at. As to whether I think it's the best comp, I don't really think that. I think that it's more just the players that I'm playing with I really like, and I think that we work really well together and we have a really good group. So for me, that's what's more important. But I mean, if we don't qualify for the global finals, definitely be really disappointed. But at the end of the day, you just kind of have to move on, just keep going.
In real life, I'm much more intense and impetuous, so to speak. You refuse to comment on the continent versus continent situation, who's the best, and as far as I know, there's a fierce flame war going on between different teams from different continents. Last CBIT, as far as I remember, the Asians came out on top, and the Americans were pretty, let's put it this way, disappointing. Yeah. Do you think the balance of power changed at all?
Well, I mean, I think that to be fair, we didn't do that bad there. We were like the highest placing American team, and I mean, we had some really close matches, and we were just out of advancing. So I mean, I don't think we did that bad there. I definitely think that overall, we were obviously disappointed with how we finished, and overall, American teams were disappointing. But I think that it's not really an accurate representation of the continent as a whole. I think that every continent has great teams. I think that every continent has great players, and I think that results at tournaments usually come down to which players are running the right setups and which players are really just on in that tournament, really playing well. And I mean, as far as the whole hate thing, they're all hating on Americans. They're not hating on Canadians, so I'm free with them on that. I just try not to get involved in that stuff. I think that there's not too much point in worrying about it. As I said, I have friends from all over who play, and I think that there's great players everywhere, so why bother?
All right, any final words, final shout-outs? Maybe, come on, dish out some crap talking to the Europeans.
Nah, I'm fine on that. I just like to thank...
Give me a second. What are you going to do to the Europeans if you qualify for the World Championship?
We're going to beat them, obviously, but I'm not going to trash talk. So I just like to thank my sponsors, e.g. Intel, MSI, SteelSeries, Kingston, Hyper Technologies, all that stuff. Great. So thanks a lot.
Thank you and good luck.
Yep, thank you.